is the psychosomatic connection of the postures. That is how we know that mind and body are connected. If we are unwell mentally, then we are unwell physically also, and vice versa. Um, and so asanas target these mental impressions, deeply grained impressions that we carry, childhood trauma or any other trauma, anything from the past,
Mm.
uh, by modifying the physical part. So through the physical changes, through the physical postures, the physical movements, it targets to weed the impressions out of your system.
Right, absolutely. And I think this is maybe because also sometimes, you know, when you see like people struggling, or yeah, when you see the people struggling in yoga classes with particular asanas, I think also this is, you know, because the connection, there is some tension psychologically, and this is because these asanas are really difficult for this individual, right? Because
Right.
there is this emotion and the psychotic effect attached to it, and they don't want to, yeah, look into it. They don't want to see the shadow, yeah, and work with it. And this is where I think the in Ashtanga yoga is the focus on, yeah, that you work on these things because you want to like um yeah, resolve all the karma, all the bad impressions you have on your subconscious and on your soul, you might say. And this is
Mm-hmm.
because um, we see it also in homeopathy, yeah,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
this
yeah.
where there's this connection. You made it very clearly, and it was really nice argument, I think, that we can yeah, have this also in the West. We figured also if this guy who invented homeopathy is really strongly debated about if this is really science or not. But it is also working with like the really subtle levels of material world, yeah, of like maybe you could call it the ether. It's kind of an alchemical science that has this part to it as well, yeah, because it's talking about the memory of water, yeah. This is how the homeopathic medicine works. Like really, you put like a bit of of a
The
material
medicine. Yeah, yeah.
of a medicine in
Mm-hmm.
water and really yeah um how
Dilute
you
it.
say
Dilute.
diluted, thank you,
Yeah.
yes, diluted
Mm.
to a really small amount what is still in there, but he talks about that the memory will remain of this medicine, so will still work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I've seen this closely because my sister is also a homeopath, and I keep reading stuff from her homeopathy psychology books, and it is so clear, clearly written, so conspicuous. Uh, and also in yogic science, they both talk about the same thing. Like if you've got pain in your right knee, then you're going through troubles related to money. You feel like you're not able to carry your family financially. If you've got pain in your left knee, you've got uh, issues related to your emotions or your mother. If you've got pain in your lower back, then you feel like you aren't being supported enough by your friends or family. And this is also what yogic science talks about. Homeopathy and yogic science both talk about the same damn thing. It's written in the
Mm.
books. It is experienced by those who've noticed. And you can either, and these asanas, like Sushant suggested the warrior pose for those who have had childhood trauma, or those who can't express themselves,
Yeah.
those who are too introverted. And so if you feel like you aren't being supported enough, if you've got like, or you feel like you've got pain in your back, lower back, then maybe you do asanas related to lower back, cat cow, Chakrasana, which is the bridge, and other lower back poses.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, there we can see like this holistic approach of these two yes, scientists or these two methodologies we came up as humans. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in Ashtanga there it's really beautiful connected then to the pranayama, to the breath, to the spirit, you might say, when we have this connection, between the body and the mind. We saw this already with the asanas, and then we have also the connection with the spirit, with the flow of life energy in us, which is breathing, yeah, and the flow of our blood, yeah. And for this, I find really interesting that in Ashtanga, it only focus on the suspension of the breath of the gap. Yeah, it is between breathing in and breathing out, and also the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
And because nowadays we see lots of pranayama techniques, like we talked about in the episode, the Wim Hof technique, and also this how is it called? It's like they do it in Thailand lots of times. It's like a breathing technique where it's also guided and it's like hyperventilating. Yeah, you breathe really quickly out and in, and you're yeah, conjuring up your own like chemicals in your mind to get a trip, and like really a
Mm-hmm.
psychedelic trip,
Okay.
which is also really something crazy when you think
Yeah.
about it, that our breath can influence us so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And in Ashtanga, which is the Raj Yoga, which is the kingly yoga, king's yoga. Pranayama, as you said, is to attain or to elongate the stage where there is no breath. There is no, yeah, there is no breath, no inhalation, no exhalation,
Mm.
which is called kumbhak, the state of kumbhak. Uh, Kevali kumbhak is a state that we want to achieve through pranayama, which is so you can hold the breath uh, through your own will voluntarily as you breathe in or as you breathe out. And then there is a third kind of retention, which happens on its own, which is called the Kevali kumbhak. And you want to reach this stage of retention, and then you want to elongate this. This is what Ashtanga says. And but before Ashtanga, the Kingly Yoga, as Sushant said, is the higher stage of yoga that you should do after you master Hatha Yoga. In Hatha Yoga, pranayama has other uses also, other benefits or other purposes, like for balancing the moon and the sun, nadis, the energies, or to increase the heat of the body, or to decrease the heat of the body, or to be more
Mm.
focused, more relaxed. This is what Hatha addresses. But Ashtanga is clear with just being breathless.
Mm. Beautiful. Yeah, I find it a so beautiful metaphor also for like yeah, maybe a system or a method that would be uh helpful in human society.
Hmm.
So for also it could be even a political system. Um, because how Ashtanga talks about pranayama, it is something when you say the kumbhak um, that we want to reach. What was it again? The kumbhak something.
Kevali Kumbhak. Yeah, the Kevali Kumbhak.
Kevali kumbhak. Yes.
Yeah.
This is something you don't do out of free will,
Hmm.
like breathing in general,
Right.
but also you are not forced to it. So what is it? It's naturally. It happens. We don't even have a word really for it to describe. But then I think this is something, where balance really comes into place. And yeah, kind of um natural, yeah, as I said, there's no really a word for it. A natural aspect, a natural principle would we should apply on all levels, as I see it, to reach like really harmony.